Hello YouTube, I hope you're doing fantastic. The time has come. The Master Yi crit buffs are on live servers. And this video will show you a full guide to how to play the crit build, what items you should be buying. I also have a special guest from North America, Voodoo Zenji, a Challenger NA Master Yi main, with me included, another Challenger Master Yi main from AU, to give you the best content. We will be explaining why you should take which of the builds. We will have discussion about the builds. We will explain what build you should take at which situation, when you should take on hit, when you should take crit. I will give you educational games showing you how to play the crit build, what you think you need to keep in mind. So basically take this as a full guide explaining absolutely everything. Enjoy, and in the beginning we're gonna hop right into the build discussion, and later on we're gonna have some games. You can also skip through already if you want to see the games before and afterwards see the build discussion, also totally fine. I'll put some timestamps. Enjoy the video, my friends.
My blade is yours.
Hello guys, okay, we are testing here now the Master Yi item builds for the new crit Master Yi, and I'm very curious. We have a guest here, special guest here, Voodoo Zenji, one of the best Master Yi mains in America, currently in Japan, climbing there. How's it going, brother?
Hey, thanks for having me, Mr. Sinerias. It's going great. Looking forward to talking about some builds.
Okay, let's get it. So you said you have prepared something. There's some things you want to talk about.
Sure. So I'll just start off a disclaimer. I have not played a lot of League this past month because of moving to Japan and just a lot of things going on. But I've done a lot of research. I've been keeping up with the patch notes. And my understanding is that, first of all, I think Crit Yi is totally viable. I think even before the buffs, Crit Yi was playable. But I think after these buffs, I think what the math comes out to is that your Q, the bonus crit damage from when you have IE, it's almost like doubled because of like the way the math works. It goes from like 34 to 56%, the ratio, but with the IE multiplier, the bonus damage from Q gets almost like doubled. Anyway, it's like hard to explain, but basically, I think Q damage will be like noticeably better with crit. And basically, I think the best crit build is probably going to be the old one. It's probably just going to be Bork, LDR, or Mortal into IE. So I think that'll probably be the best.
This was the build me and Voodoo Zenji always bought when we went crit. It's Blade from King into Lord Dominic's into Infinity, right? It was. I don't remember it perfectly because I didn't buy it ever.
Yep, that's the build.
Okay, with that, you have 50% crit. You deal an insane damage, and 35% armor penetration is absolutely crazy. Also for squishy targets. Plus Blade from King damage. You kill squishies, you kill tanks very easy. Like if I Q this dummy here, you will see I will deal an insane amount of damage. 600 each crit. And if it's a squishy or a tank, I would still one-shot it basically with these items. And the nice thing about this is that you have two options. Going Blade from King, you always have the option to go to normal build with Rage Blade and Kraken and normal on-hit build and tanky afterwards. With that, you have a full crit build, and there are a lot of options you have afterwards. I was thinking about Shield Bow, maybe GA. You can go Berserkers. You can also go a little bit more of a tanky style, as I said, like something like this. You can also go very aggressive with Steel Caps, like Berserkers and GA. It's all totally fine. GA is here fine, because imagine there's a team fight. You do want to engage, kill one dummy, because let's say this is an enemy ADC, and you flash on him doing the combo, right? Auto attack Q, auto attack W, and everything. You deal, like, this was, for example, already 4k damage. And you will basically be able to kill a ADC without a problem. And then you should die because you don't have the Duskblade stealth from Season 10. You don't have the stealth anymore. Oh, Season 11, I think it was Duskblade. You don't have the stealth anymore.
Yeah, something like that.
And you will basically die because you are in the enemies, and even if you get a reset, it usually has like 3 to 5 seconds cooldown on your Q, and in a lot of times you're not able to get it back up in time. But if you die, it doesn't matter, because then you got the reset, you're now dead, respawning, and your Q goes from 3 seconds to 0 seconds, and while you're respawning in 4 seconds from GA, you will then immediately have Q. So while you're respawning, and let's say like Aurora does her combo on you, like E and Q, you already dodge it with your Q because it is back up because you got the resets. And you can also outplay enemies, especially below Master Tier Elo, very easily with that. Yeah, what do you think about all of this, would you?
So let's see. I think there's a couple things to like think about. So one is okay, first of all, one is that there's the crit build and there's obviously the on-hit build. I think both are still good and both will be better than the other in a certain situation. Two is also to think about how this build is different compared to like before the item nerfs, kind of how it's changed, as well as what hasn't changed about it, which in my opinion, that being that I think the build, so the way it was last season, I don't know if it was last season, last split, I don't know. I think well, basically before all the items were nerfed across the board, it was I think a lot. I would say it was stronger then. Not just because all the items were nerfed, but like I think this build compared to other builds was kind of better back then, and it's still good now, but it's not quite as OP, I'd say. So that's I think one thing to just keep in mind. But I still think it's going to be really good. And actually, one of the things I wanted to ask you to test is like, can you set the dummy to like same HP and armor as you? And then I just want to see what the Q damage does, just the Q. You know how to do the it takes a long time.
Yeah,
If you use the
it takes a
shortcuts,
decent
might be
amount of
easier.
time. The shortcut is Turtle Shift T.
Yeah, and you can click on the dummy so you can see its health and armor as you're.
It doesn't work. The shortcut
Okay,
never.
so
Oh,
yeah,
it does
I mean,
work for me. It does work.
yeah. So we want to be, I mean, the HP, I guess, I mean, it doesn't have to be 2500, it could be 2000, sure. And then armor, yeah, maybe around like, I don't know, 100. I
Armor
guess, yeah,
100.
if you want to think about, yeah, sure, we'll just do 100, yeah, 2500 HP and like 100 armor. Or if you want to do it exactly the same as you can do 150. Anyway, it's not actually super important what the exact number is, but I just want to get a sense of kind of semi-realistically how much damage it's doing. And I'm curious about just how the Q alone feels. So yeah, just sell your GA. I just want to see just 3 items.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just see what the Q damage looks like now
Okay.
with E.
600.
Okay, 579.
With my E immediately, it's
Doesn't seem like that
700.
much.
600.
664.
I mean, it's not that much.
Oh, I was
no.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, hold on.
That was the one from
counted
before.
2 Qs.
Yeah, 2 Qs.
Yeah, okay.
But Q auto attack is 1.1k.
Okay.
That's decent. That's really decent.
It's
auto
decent,
attack is
yeah. Okay,
500.
so
If I do one combo, let's say I do a perfect combo on this dummy. Take my double strike. 2.6k. Yeah, it's okay. Like,
okay, well, I mean,
if
yeah,
you
no,
compare
it's
it to
definitely, it
Rage
works,
Blade
even against armor targets.
and Kraken, that deals for sure more damage. Like, that's the problem.
Well, okay, so,
It doesn't. It doesn't.
but it doesn't. Yeah, see, that the thing
Doesn't.
is, I think,
Same.
so, it's not, I don't think, basically the answer is I think it depends, but in general, I think if you have a very squishy enemy team, the crit build is going to be probably better. Because your ability to one-shot the squishies is going to be, I think, a lot more potent with the Q buffs, and I think that gives you easier, like, you have more potential to carry when you have the option to delete 1 or 2 enemy carries, like, instantly. You know, I think it's easier to carry, especially in higher elo, with that kind of a pressure, right?
Yeah.
Versus on-hit builds, which you're not going to delete a single target as quickly. So basically, I think this build is good, and it's going to be, like, again, especially against squishy targets, I think it'll be absolutely viable and even stronger than the on-hit build. But I guess, as we see here, like, if the target starts to build, even with LDR, like, if the target starts to get, like, a decent amount of armor, 100 is a decent amount. I don't think squishies are not going to have 100 armor even late game, right? If I recall correctly, like ADCs.
No, usually not. Usually
Yeah.
they have max
Yeah.
80 ADC.
Right. So I think this build will, and also is like a decently high HP target. So I think this build will one-shot squishies very easily, and that gives a lot of pressure for Yi. So it'll definitely be viable. But if the targets are building armor, like if they have bruisers and tanks, then I don't think you would go this build. I mean, you could, and it still could work. It kind of depends on your playstyle as well as like what your job is in the game. Like if you have DPS on your team, like you have a Vayne and I don't know, like Azir, just like champs that are going to put out consistent DPS and you need to be the
Mm,
assassin for your team, then maybe you still could go crit. But like if you want to be the carry and that team doesn't have all squishies or like 4 squishies at least, probably on hit is like more consistent.
I mean,
But anyway, that's enough about that. Oh,
we
sorry, go
don't
ahead.
we don't know yet what build is gonna be the strongest. We will test it out a lot
True.
now, and I highly assume the same, that it's gonna be both builds will be very viable. I think you underestimate the crit build yet. I think it is gonna be really fucking strong, especially against squishies. Way stronger than, like you also said, that it's gonna be dependingly on the game stronger than the on-hit build, like for sure. I think in against squishy it's actually gonna be way stronger, and on-hit will also be really important against tanks. Like the moment they have Dr. Mundo Sejuani, you are not allowed to go this build. They go one Randuins and you're not a champion anymore. But this is indeed a very viable option, and I'm very looking forward to play a lot of games with this, and I will put you on this way at 2-2. I will test it in a second as well, everything. Now, before we go into the game, like we don't need to talk too much about what item build is viable when, because I will go in depth about this with all my journey anyways. Let's talk real quick about a few more items. First of all, as 4th item on the crit build, I think Death Stance is probably one of the best items you can possibly get, because it just helps you survive before you get your second Q off. And usually when they deal damage on you and you get the reset on the first target, it already mitigates all the damage, which is absolutely insane. Okay, then and it restores health. Like it's absolutely, like this item is really good with the crit build. If you have enough damage to kill them, gives you enough survivability, gives you some armor. Really beautiful to have. The next thing is you can even do this with mercs if the enemies have like champs like Rel, and the rest is like very against Rel, mercs don't really work. No, let's take a different example. Yeah, just simply a champion that has a lot of this, like Leona. Let's say they have Leona and the rest of them are very squishy, then you can go to crit build with mercs and then death stance later, and you should be totally fine. Now, there is also an option. What do you think about not buying Blade from King and going Yuntal first?
Yeah. So that was one of the things I wanted to talk about. But before, oh wait, let's see this. Yeah. So I mean, okay. Actually, so I'll get to Yuntal. Just one thing I want to quickly throw in there is just my opinion about the 4th and 5th items after Bork LDR IE. I really liked PD Navori last like splits, I guess. But I think you would probably go, especially because R is buffed with more attack speed late game. And I think Berserker Greaves is also, by the way, something you can get for this build every game. But yeah, for me, I'd probably go either PD or Navori with Bloodthirster. I think, or DT. Yeah. DT or BT, but I'd probably get PD 4th. PD or Navori 4th. That's just my opinion. Again, it's important to test these things to know for sure. But that's kind of what I would think. I'm not a huge fan of things like Shield Bow or Collector at this point. GA is like an option if it's like you have a big bounty on your head, but I don't know if it's something I would build most games. But yeah, I guess, you know, we'll see. This is just my opinion. I really like PD with Navori, but maybe because of Yi having like extra attack speed with his R late game now with the buff, maybe just one of those items with BT or DD would be better. So anyway, to answer your question, sorry, that was a long tangent. To answer your question about Yuntal first. Oh, sorry, did you want to say something?
I think Navori is actually really fucking good now, because you always have your Qs and it is also extra damage. Like before, Q was only so you can not get hit by abilities. Right now, it actually is an ability that also deals damage with the crit build. For on it, nothing changed at all.
True.
It's the exact same. So I think the best is probably to go... maybe even I was considering to, like, you cannot go Phantom Lancer first because it is you need attack damage early on, but you can go Blade from King into LDR, into Infinity, into attack speed puts, into Navori immediately without PD, because I don't think you should buy an item that only gives attack speed basically. And then you can go either Shield Buff for survivability, you probably need it, or Death Stance, or GA, or if you don't need anything of that at all, then you can actually go PD for extra crit, because you want to have the 25% crit and the extra attack speed. But I think if you have this build, let's test it real quick. I will have 1.65 attack speed. If I Q ult, I have 2.10 attack speed. I think this attack speed I have here is totally enough, and I deal an insane amount of damage. And I have 75% crit. Like, I only do 360 crits now, which is very little. And let's see how much my Q damage deals now. And my Q damage deals 800 damage, and I basically have it up instantly. Like Navori, if I with one auto attack from 17 seconds to 13, it's 4 seconds instantly gone. With one auto attack with Navori is insane, especially when I do get my resets. Then I don't even need the Dustblade stealth, because let's say I kill a dummy, I get my resets now, and I auto attack, I already have my Q back up on the second double strike, which is really fucking insanely good. So I believe.
Yeah, I think the Vori. Sorry, go ahead.
There's a delay, by the way. Vujo's just not interrupting me. Don't be worried about that. He has a delay, so he doesn't know when I'm talking and when he's talking. Oh, he knows when he's talking. Sorry, brother.
It's so confusing. Yeah, I totally agree with you, though. I think Navori I think it's kind of underrated on Yi, and I think it would slot in really nice here 4th. Freak was actually, I think he was talking about it, how he thinks Navori is one of the items that would make Crit Yi really good. I don't know many of the details beyond that, but I think he really thought that was like going to be an important item for Crit Yi. So I think that's interesting because I also really like it. But yeah, 4th item here I think would be fine. Like it could be actually really good. And I'm just curious what you think about DD or BT in this build as well, like as 4th or 5th item.
BT, yeah. I mean, Bloodthirst is nice, but it doesn't give you crit. I think you do need to get to the 75 to 100% crit. And Bloodthirster is a good potential 5th item. I don't think it's a good 4th item, honestly.
I agree, yeah.
I think Navori is just better there, and you do already have the Blade from King lifesteal. By the way, Blade from King is a great item for the build because you do have some sort of lifesteal, and lifesteal is actually underrated. It's very bad in the beginning of the game, in the first few clears, so you never buy Vampire Scepter on the first resets, but it's underrated in the mid game when you're like a level 11, because there's gonna be a lot of fights. You will be dropping down to 25% HP, and you can do 3 camps and you're full HP. Rather, if you don't have lifesteal, you will be half HP, and with that, you're not able to continue going for a fight. The next thing is Navori. Keep in mind, again, same with PD. It doesn't give you attack damage. So you cannot buy it as first item. You need attack damage on the first item, otherwise you don't deal any damage. That means it is gonna be better from King. We can test Yuntal. I will test it very soon too. I personally think that, as Vujo Senji said, this is gonna be the best build, and everything else is situational. Immortal Shield Bow, Phantom Dancer, GA, Death Stance is all situational. I'm also very sure if you go crit, that Lord Dominic 2nd is the best and Infinity 3rd is the best. There's no doubt about it. It is by far the best damage dealing items that need raw damage, and it's really effective. So this is gonna be the build at a 98% certainty. You also want to have Blade from King, because with Blade from King, it's, by the way, really nice, as I said earlier, because you always have the option to not go crit and go Rage Blade if you feel like it, if it's needed for the game. You also want to buy your boots after you finish, like you want to buy T1 boots, finish Blade from King, and then with buying later, knowing if you go crit or on it, you can also decide which boots you're gonna take. It's like you have so many options, which is beautiful. Yeah. And for the runes, real quick as well, you can go Lethal Tempo, you can go Hail of Blades. I think with this build, Lethal Tempo is still better than Hail of Blades because of the Blade of Rune King. Because you're able to still play it a little bit like the on its side. If I was going Yuntal, I would for sure go Hail of Blades. But because of Blade of Lethal Tempo, the first 10 minutes of the games are very similar. And I just think that Lethal Tempo is more effective. But keep in mind, I'm 100% sure that both is extremely fine. Maybe Hail of Blades is even better. I'm not 100% sure yet. But both is 100% viable and free to take it.
Yeah, I agree. I'll say for the runes thing, which I'm glad you brought that up. I wanted to talk about that. I think when I play the crit build, I feel like there's so many times where like I would play crit and I would try Lethal Tempo with it, and I would miss Hail Blade so much because the point of the crit build is to burst. And Hail Blaze just makes that so much easier. And it's, of course, you're sometimes losing out on value of like if you have an extended team fight and you don't have lethal tempo pumping that whole time. But I think the number of times you lose value from that is less than the number of times you lose value from not having Hail Blades in the beginning. But I also agree that it's not like one is always better than the other. I think it is dependent on kind of a lot of different factors. But for me, I'd probably always take Hail Blades with this build.
You can also depend it like take it depending on enemy team comps. Like the moment they have Dr. Mundo Cho'Gath, you can just take lethal tempo. The moment they have Elise and Victor, you want to go ahead of Blades to just kill them quicker, right? I think that depends a lot as well. By the way, one more and last thing I want to say about the build here is that you do, with this item build, with the crit build, have a very good scaling. It's under rating. It's really decent. You will deal a lot of damage the moment you have all your items off. And the nice thing about it is, let's say you go shield bow. You will already have 1.65 attack speed. With your ult, with the buffed ult, extra 20% attack speed, you will have already 2.10 attack speed with Berserkers. And you will get your Q, as you can see, instantly back up. You will have it basically all the time, same with your W. And there's Q, auto attack W, auto attack reset, and you have it's so often, right? If you get the resets, you will have it more. And the nice thing about it is that a Zephyr is actually a good item now, because it gives you extra attack speed. Wait, is it? Yeah, 20% extra attack speed, movement speed, and all of this is really good for crit. Even the on-hit movement speed for 15% is really good, because think about it. Let's say you engage on a dummy. You Q, auto attack, dummy. He's dead. And now you flash on the next dummy. And you will have so much mobility with this item. And at the same time getting the extra attack speed you need. You see 2.47 at one point with lethal tempo stack. 2.47, which is exactly max cap. While you only basically bought 1 or 2 attack speed items at max.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm glad you mentioned the scaling too. Because I actually feel like I agree totally, and I'd even say the crit build is a little bit, like, I think the threat late game Yi with crit is, I think it's actually a little bit stronger than on hit, maybe even a lot, because of just the threat of being able to one-shot a squishy is, I think, it makes Yi so much more of like an actual threat late game versus like when everyone has, you know, just like Yi struggles in the late game because of all the bullshit with like cooldowns and Zanyas and Jay and all this stuff, but like with crit, you can actually, I feel like you actually have a real like threat potential to carry the game. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but I think you know what I'm talking about. So I think crit's actually even better for scaling for Yi, and I'm glad it's coming back with this buff. While we're on this topic though, speaking of the crit buff, so I'm curious to test how Yuntal first stacks up against Bork. I just want to see what it looks like when we just, you know, saw everything. Let's just compare Bork. Just
the item
versus
alone,
Yuntal,
one item. Okay, let's test it.
Yeah, and let's just see what like the, you know, the burst looks like.
That was big with the double strike, 1.5. With the double strike. I'm gonna reset everything. Yeah, it's not comparable. It's not comparable. I mean, you do get the extra attack speed, but you don't. I mean, you didn't also not crit. But let's try again. Let's try again. I mean, he has way more HP too.
That's true. You could try it on even just the like basic dummy with nothing.
Okay, let's try it on the basic dummy.
I think the thing you want to test here is, well, I probably want to test DPS here because Yuntal's like.
Yeah, let's test DPS. Yeah, let's test DPS. So it's 800, 850. Around 850. A Blade from King. It is lower. It is 720.
Well, okay, we need to make sure we're doing the testing consistently. So let's just do, okay, so you'll start off with Q, E, and you're just going to auto until the dummy hits 0 HP. And the moment they stop, like once they hit 0 HP, you stop hitting.
It's already.
It's all good. Okay. I mean, maybe do it one more time. Just, you don't need to do any W auto attack cancels.
Okay.
Okay, the dummy's HP is so low, and we're level 17. It's
600. Let's try here. Yeah, I think Like, these testings are always very random too, because of a lot of factors. But I personally think that Blade from King will simply deal more damage. I have so much experience on this item, and it's extraordinarily rare to get up to this damage. Like, it's extraordinarily rare. Okay, so thank you all.
You can leave it at that.
I hope you enjoyed it. The build discussion. We're gonna hop into a game next. Wuju Senji, I really appreciate you being here. Keep in mind, Wuju Senji is a challenger NA main from from NA. Challenger Master Yi main from NA, playing in Japan now. And I'm former rank 1 player from EU. Take care. Enjoy the next part. All right, we're now inside of the game, and it is, who would have thought, an absolute disaster of a game. Skarner Malphite Fresh, the best on-hit build I've ever seen. I'll still go crit build, and it will still be probably really fucking good. I'm playing in Master 250 LP. So it is pretty much high elo. So it's even the best content I can give here. And yeah, we wanted to play Yi before, and then enemies picked it away. Unfortunate. We had to dodge. And now this is our second try. We're playing against them, but we're gonna go Blade from King first, so we'll have that anyways. And I'm actually very curious how good it's gonna be. Maybe it's gonna be extraordinary good. Like, regardless of them being so tanky, right? Okay, I will start wrap buff here nonetheless. I hope that my team is gonna put a ward. We're also playing with the new Victor, and I'm very curious to see how good that is. Okay, he warded. Good. I'm gonna check here. This is a trick you can do when you're getting invaded. I path towards the chickens to see if he's on it. Now I see he's not on it, because there's a lot of like canes with Skarner potentially too, where they can cheese on one of your camps and then smite your other camp away basically. So far everything is of course very similar. Also to my other Yi games, also in the past. The beginning of the game is very similar. I also took intentionally Hail of Blades this game. Also to test it myself, to see how good it is. I believe that with crit it is 100% viable, as I said earlier. And against various squishies where you're like 100% sure that you're gonna go crit, might even be better. But we will find out right now. Consider a mid lane gank. I don't find it. Like, here ganking mid lane is fine, but they do know I'm a chicken, so she will hover topside. I mean, keep in mind, it is a master tier grandmaster game, so it's a pretty high elo game. And we gotta play it really well because of that, right? There's a chance I get cheesed right now, but because we see top lane and mid lane very well, I'm not that scared. Consider a top lane play too. So far, everything goes great. Just keep clearing. We're not getting cheesed or invaded or anything like that. And now you can see the top lane drops pretty low. That's very interesting for a dive. I think Malphite is gonna reset though. I'm gonna smite this to be fast on top lane and deny his reset. He's not resetting because he got his health pot on. It could be a really good dive. Okay, I don't see anything. On this wave we want to dive, so we're gonna ping the wave here. That's the best thing you can do. We should be on the spawn here. And on the wave we want to dive him, so I'm a little bit late. Ilaoi does a mistake too though. She's hard pushing. She should slow push, and then on the crash I'm already there. Would be way better. Now we just woke up. We don't use Q yet. We have Hail of Blades. Nice. And now we use Q always later. If she wants to keep pushing, she can do that. I'm gonna reset. I don't think she needs help. I think Malphite will TP, but she will still be in time to push it all. Yeah. Okay, Blade from King. I'm gonna buy a double dagger here. I usually like to buy double dagger with 500 gold extra, because in comparison to 10 AD to 20% attack speed, 20% attack speed is just better. For Master Yi, for both the clear and the gameplay itself. Okay, now bot lane looks very interesting. to go for. We're gonna buy Berserkers anyways. The Crux move because of Lulu, by the way, if you were thinking if there's an enemy jungler close. Okay, this could all be warded, but it's in our path anyways. After that, we want to go to our chicken, so it's totally fine. Thresh gives Lantern, so there's a high chance that they have either vision on us, or the biggest chance is that their wave is just crashed, so there's no reason for them to keep pushing. So they just go for a reset, right? I'm also gonna ward the dragon, because I'm gonna path towards Grubbies anyways. Like, my goal is right now to go chickens, wolves into Grump, into Grubbies, or maybe another top lane dive. Like, you don't need to overcomplicate things, right? This is exactly the path you should be doing, and it's, by the way, the best thing you can do as a jungler. If I was on full tryhard mode, it would still be the same. By the way, you see here on the top, you see the account I'm playing on. On the right, you see also my main account right now. Okay, after the Grump, we want to look for a top lane gank again. We don't know where Skarner is. Most likely, Skarner is around bot side, mid lane. Boom, and there he is. Why did I know this? Simply because of the way, first of all, Skarner usually clears. Oh, this is very interesting. Oh my god, I think... That's so insanely close. That's so unfortunate. I could not have contested this, by the way, because there are way too many outcomes where it doesn't go like this. I can take one grub, though, and then try to kill the Orianna and contest the dragon. Yeah, that looks really good. We fight. Try to communicate it. I want to kill the Orianna, but she already got the lantern. She's probably gonna go reset. Maybe I can flash on her. Don't have Q, but I'm gonna get my Q here. I'm gonna keep going. Dodge his Q if he does. Now go on the Skarner. We're not allowing him to get this. Maybe we can slow him. We got a splash. Finish the dragon. Like, this is an interesting thing. This is exactly why I warded the dragon. That's also the reason why I don't want to go for sweeper early at the moment. I think wards are just too valuable. We also already got one grub, so there's no need to immediately go towards grubbies. Right now, I'm not going for the play here because I don't have ult, I don't have flash, and I have a lot of gold as well. So it's better to go red buff into Crux into reset. And then you can do, again, chickens into wolves, into Grump, into Grubbies again. We're to 0, and then we're allowed to go for play. Keep in mind, we are very scaling, like, we're scaling pretty well. And our biggest strength is once we got our first, second, and third item, then we get our biggest spikes, and exactly then we want to play the game the most. Level 6, we want to, like, we also want to always use our ult. It's like Nocturne. Like, playing Master Yi is similar to Nocturne. You want to use your ult. After that, you want to go for farm, and then wait until you have ult back up. And you are in an absolutely beautiful position with that. I think here I'm actually gonna go for a different build reset. I think I go for this. Like, we don't want to buy Berserkers early, but I don't have Blade from King, and I want to buy T1 boots, and this is the best I can spend my gold on. Plus, I am fat. I know the next reset will be around 1.4k gold anyways, so I'm allowed to go Berserkers immediately. Like, I will reset with 1.4k. It's now important that I don't end up dying stupidly, because if I die now with, let's say, 700 gold reset, I can only buy Recurve Bone. That is okay, but I really want to get my Balefroon King power spike as fast as possible. That's why I'm not prioritizing the grubs right now. If he takes it, that's fine. I want to get gold. That means I take my topside camps. If it's still up, then I'm gonna take it. Sure, that's absolutely nice. But my main priority is to get all the gold in. You see, I'm already at 350, and I need 1.425. So I only need 1,000 more gold, and I already have the item. That's exactly why I can go for Berserkers. Keep in mind, if you try to contest it, he could even outsmite you, he can flash over the wall, he can dash over the wall. It's all a waste of time. You are constantly under time pressure as a jungler. You need to do something. You see, I'm 80 CS. That's because I do something. Otherwise, I would be normal level and not be anything special. I don't think we can do anything. I'm just gonna go bot scuttle, walk through bot lane. Yeah, she shares one. Maybe she shares another one. Okay, totally fine. Now we try to either gank bot lane or take enemy Grump, but Skarner's already on the horizon. I can take a blue buff real quick, but enemies are already roaming. I'm just gonna run. Maybe need to ult. I do need to ult, otherwise Orianna will use hers. I know I'm get out of range, but the enemies reacted to this pretty well. Like, they know that I'm gonna go... I can't dive top lane either. They know I'm gonna go for the bot lane crab, so they're all prepared. I don't think we can defend this, but we can try. Enemies are strong. Orianna has no ult. Thresh has no E and missed everything, so maybe we can try to go on Thresh. Need to be very careful because they do win 3v3 and I don't have ult again. I probably don't see anything. The thing about why I cannot gank top lane or dive him is because Illaoi doesn't have good burst. He just has some decent DPS, and that's not enough to kill him, and he has ult. So whenever... Nice dodge from Illaoi here, by the way. Whenever he has ult, you cannot really dive him well. He's just gonna ult you after your Q, and you won't deal enough damage to kill him. Keep in mind, we want to reset when we have enough gold for Blade of the Ruined King, so I need 400 more gold for that. Okay. Beautiful. Looking still very good this game. I really like it. Crash is trying to find another play mid lane. Gotta be careful. We don't want a skirmish like this. Why? Because Skarner is looking for that. It's Skarner his strengths, and it's one of the biggest fundamentals I explain perfectly on the course, playing for your specific strengths or weakness. That's why I go for Dice, because he is good at this. This is why I avoid this, because Skarner is good at it and I'm bad at that. So the course is in the description. You can check it out. It's the best coaching I've ever done. Highly recommend it. And what I can tell is you just have to play for your specific strength, and you need to find it for your unique champion. That means if you're, let's say, a Xingzao player, what is Xin good at? Like, think about it. Maybe it's his engage potential to knock up someone, getting 50% HP consistently. Now we can try to find a top lane play. We have perfect reset for Blade from King, finally. Probably have to give the next dragon. He has no ult. We know that because he used it before, but I don't think I have enough damage to kill him. Illaoi has no TP, so I'm actually gonna take this and cancel this reset once. He has his shield. Okay. We don't care. Like, he's not gonna kill us. He doesn't have ult, as far as I remember it correctly. Okay. He should not have ult. So we basically wasted... He could have ult up soonish, the way he's playing. But basically, I was wasting his time. He has to stay for another wave now, which gave us the opportunity, like, he still... to simply have him in lane longer. Illaoi still took a very long time to come, and we can argue if this was... I think it was the best, because we just delay his entire opportunities. He can also, like, consider a roam, and now he cannot. He needs to go back to lane already, because the wave is closer to his tower. Okay, we are 110 CS, minute 12. We are doing fantastic so far. Everything's going great. We have Blade from King, and now next item will be... I don't know why I bought a dagger, because this was a habit buy, actually. I wanted to go Rage Blade, and of course... Here going on it is probably better, but I'm very curious. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna go Lord Dominic's. I mean, it is armor penetration, so it has to be good. Regardless, if this crit build is good against tanks too, then that will be absolutely insane, and you can always get it. But also, if crit works here now against squishies, that would also be sick. But by the way, you do need to play it differently mechanically in fights with the crit build. Perhaps just spawn. Maybe I find a mid lane play. Precious bot lane. Malphite is top lane. Maybe I find a play on the Orianna. She's gonna rotate topside towards Grubbies. She does not. I'm gonna put a ward here and walk all the way towards Grubbies. We see 3 people on the map, so I'm not that scared. Oh, we see 4 people on the map. Only Skarner could be here. I do get an engage. I don't know where Skarner is. I'm gonna danger ping bot lane once. Because he's not on Grubs, he has to be somewhere bot side. I'm gonna danger ping this again. Orianna also rotates bot side, so I'm gonna danger ping this as much as I can. I do have my smite finished. Herald spawns in 10 seconds, so I gotta smite this. Nice, we got the Grubs, and now we go for first blood tower. We also saw that Malphite used his ult. Okay, Skarner's dashing towards his Rux. I'm gonna push out the wave. I do have Blade from King, so I do win this. I dodge his Q here. And his E as well. If he walks up any more closer, I will actually engage on him. He does not have ult. He does not have any of his abilities. So I can just... Of course. Yeah. He didn't have Q. He didn't have E. He didn't have ult. And I still don't kill him. That's illegal. I should have always killed him, by the way. Damn. Oh, because I don't have lethal tempo! Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Lethal Tempo is dead here. That's 1 point for Lethal Tempo, 0 points for Hail of Blades so far. Beautiful, beautiful. We got his flash regardless. It is what it is. My team gotta calm down. Oh, we got this. I'm taking my topside camps next. Getting closer to LDR too. I deal a decent amount of damage to those camps because I'm going extra attack damage instead of attack speed. Okay, we got first blood tower. Nice. Yeah, Fresh is topside. I'm just gonna walk away. I want to engage on Fresh. I hope Fresh is face checking this. Ghana's bot lane. I do want to go for a fight. Best. The Fresh is still missing. I'm gonna start doing the Herald. I think Skana's gonna take his Grump next. I'm just gonna start it. I do have mid lane prior too, and my bot lane is rotating. Skana's coming, but he is too late. He's gonna invade my chickens probably. Very good call from him. Can fight this. Try to disengage. I'm probably dead. I'm dead. Skarner's way too fast. That's, by the way, one. Like, I'm currently banning Wukong, but Skarner is, if you don't know this, by far the strongest jungler in the game since months. This guy needs 100% an hotfix nerf. But I would also permaban this. If I was in your shoes and you are not scared too much about Wukong, I would permaban Skarner. Here, she already had Zhonya's, which is also kind of illegal. I also, like, again, if I had Lethal Tempo, I would have, again, killed her. I'm not going to take Hail of Blades again. I'm not even going to test it again. I tested it now. I have my answer. Hail of Blades is still the exact same garbage. It can work with the crit build. It can work perfectly. Maybe it's even a better fit for you. It's not a fit for me. Every time I go Hail of Blades, I miss the exact damage I need. And the extra 2 auto attacks with more attack speed, I don't really need it. Like, I legit don't need. I will always have enough damage to kill them regardless. Like, it's, for me, it feels very useless taking that. Okay, I'm gonna focus up a little bit, not only explanation, so I'm gonna maybe try to find a way to get back into the game and carry it. We got 1 catch, nice. I need the shutdowns. We gotta kill Orianna first. Okay. Gotta be very careful because Skarner's kind of unstoppable. I have to go side lane. Like, if you're playing from behind, your goal should be to find catches. Like this Caitlyn. You see, this Caitlyn is exactly what we are looking for. This is the catch we're trying to find. Dragon spin in her face! Oh. And you got the Orianna shield. But this is exactly the catch we're trying to find. Now imagine we were there 1 second earlier. How easy that would have been. And I almost got my resets off. Nice try from Milawi. Oh, shit. It's not enough. It's not enough. Okay, the thing is, like, going crit here is so illegal, by the way. It's so illegal against full tanks. So I have a losing top lane. I have losing mid lane. I have losing bot lane. And in jungle, we're playing against the most broken jungler in the game right now. Perfect first game of the day. We all love it. Regardless, can we win this? I think the chances of us winning this is around 10 to 20%. So for me, that's worth it to try. If it's below 10%, then we can argue, okay, that's a FF it. Like, I think FFing, like the ASAP mentality, not FFing, is, I think, bad. I would not have this mentality at all. I think it's actually Like, you can consider it's delusional. Like, it's lit. I can try to kill the Caitlyn here. Can kill this guy too, maybe. He has ult. He has ult up again. He just used it bot lane. I didn't expect him to have it up again. It's absolutely pointless. We're playing against Thanos. Nice Ilaoi damage. Wow, really well done. Does he get the shutdown? Good job, Ilaoi. Really good. She also is in a decent CS position, so top lane is not even losing that hard anymore. We got LDR now, so we're gonna deal a lot of damage. Victor got something too. Playing against Melkor and Thanos. Playing against Sauron, his master, and Thanos himself. This is dangerous. To continue. I think the ASAP's mentality of never FFing is naive and delusional. It's absolutely delusional. If you enjoy playing the game, if the chance of you winning is 1%, you can play it. There's no problem in it. I personally don't see any competitive spirit or joy in a game that is obviously forfeitable. Like, obviously forfeitable. If the chance like here is around 10% we can win, I think it's totally fine playing it, because there is a chance we win and that is fun. The challenge is fun of the game. We can try. Maybe I can use the Herald, but probably not. They're just gonna kill my Herald. I'm gonna try to find another catch on Caitlyn. I have more damage now too. Okay, I'm gonna get Crux and then probably try to find a Noriana catch, but she has no shutdown anymore. We should get a Skarner catch somehow. I don't know why he takes this from me. I mean, we should find a numbers advantage play. That's our big goal. We can also wait for Ilaoi's split push. Top Skull is up. You can play slow and just scale. I think that would be actually the best. Wrap-up is down, Baron is up. We have been getting some control over the game, which is kind of insane. Me getting enemy Crux is also kind of crazy. I think I'm gonna reset once I have BF sword.
We must fight this one.
Good respect. Don't fight. Don't team fight. We should only numbers advantage play. We should always avoid any fights unless we have the advantage, and then we can get catches from that. Because team fights we will always lose. They're still stronger than us. I'm gonna stay close to the Ilaoi.
Be mindful.
I'm gonna ward the Baron here. I probably play for my wrap buff and the dragon. Was a ward. They did see me. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Kind of hard.
No violence great enough to change.
My wolves are gonna spawn. They have to be on my bot side right now. Would be really good if I get my chickens. I'll probably give dragon. Just wait for the split. That's Skarner, by the way, guys. He got me down 1000 HP with 1 auto attack Q. Like, think about it. He has nothing on damage. And he didn't even do any of his CCs. Like, imagine he eats me against the wall, ults my ass in-game, and just drags me down all the fucking way. Playing it really well. I cannot go to my chickens either. Cannot do Baron, but I go bot scutter now. I think we can fight this. He has no ult. Is TP coming? It's Orianna. No fight. I need to dodge his ult. We have to give Baron here, 100%. I'm gonna go bot scuttle. Idiots, no damage to this guy. We should try to contest it though. It's The chance of us winning is always getting lower and lower and lower.
An ally has been slain.
The best try we had. You can also keep chasing me. I think I'm just gonna take the bot that wave.
I will not know peace.
It's pretty good, honestly. My damage is pretty good. Don't feel like I could do much more with any other build. I mean, this game is just, of course, just unfortunate. I missed the cannon.
It's been a while.
We got this. Stay calm. I think I'm gonna go to my top side camps. I think all of them are up now. Could be really good. Also, gonna get faster vision. Like, here the problem is that on the crit build, you kind of want to find catches consistently. Means Caitlyn, Orianna. Caitlyn is getting perma-peeled. Orianna has Zhonya's, and everything else is a full tank. It's really hard to play. Maybe Orianna, maybe Caitlyn keeps pushing vision too. Could have tried to avoid it. I mean, keep in mind, the reason why I also keep trying this is because it's a master tier elo game. Like, enemies are master tier. They usually do a lot of mistakes, which I can punish. I just need, like, for example, the Caitlyn. She did so many mistakes already. I just need to find it. We need to bait. There's a chance that Skana keeps walking up. We need to find a catch. I hope he does a mistake. I need to get the last auto attack off. I should have dodged the Malphite ult. I should have dodged it with my Q. We did get inhibitor tower though, which is actually crazy good. Like, taking the inhibitor is bad anyways, because we just give the enemies more gold to farm on. With Infinity, we try to find another play.
An enemy has been slain.
Nice. I'm gonna reset here. Oh my god, we got 2 of them. Should keep pushing.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
I can try to end. I can't.
Enemy double
I can't end. They're like, Fresh is already respawning.
In Rabadon.
Let's try my damage. Oh my god, I'm cashing in today! Oh my god, I won in the lottery! I'm legit Jeff Bezos' father at this point! Oh my goodness, I'm gonna invade enemy bots at top. I got a full item from that. It's crazy, man. Okay, I go Navori now. It's... Okay, that's gonna be... I deal decent damage right now. Oh, I do deal decent damage. Winnable! Okay. I have Navori now. And next item will be probably Shield Bow. I have 90% crit. Okay, it's gonna be really interesting now to play. I'm curious.
turret has been destroyed.
Master tier Caitlyn, she will die.
I never miss.
Dodge everything. Okay. Oh my god, my damage on the Malphite. I deal damage! We can end the game here! Come on. Oh fuck. We need to kill. We can go Baron. What is this? Ay, 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 ay. Okay, let's see my damage on the Baron. I am gonna Q this Baron, I think, 1,000,000 times. I one-shot it! What the fuck? Why melt this thing? I'm gonna find Caitlyn again. She's so bad at the game. Gonna abuse her being a master piggy. Okay. Hey, Kate. I know you wanna play the game. You watched Arcane. He's gonna EO the one that we kill him. I should have queued instantly because I have Navori. I could have done this. I don't know why Lulu is not playing the game. She has ult. She has ult. Why does she not ult me? And then we just kill him. We had the catch here. We found the catch. I could have queued one. Like, I didn't know how to play it with the crit build perfectly yet. You need to immediately queue because you're gonna have your Q back up anyways with Navori. Why did she not ult me? I mean, maybe she didn't have it, but why? She should have also just polymorphed. The Skana. Seraph is legit AFK and we just lose it because of that. We won the game, but we just lose it because Seraph is AFK. Are you kidding me? Come on. Die. Don't overforce it. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Seraph is back. Seraph is back. Hey, Elder. Play Elder, guys. Elder is WinCon. I have mine Tilbo now. Seraph, please! Seraph, please play the game, man! Guys, we are hard losing. Victor wants to FF. I wanted to FF even. And now we win it 4v5? This is actually the proof that ASAP is right. I'm wrong. ASAP is right. You shouldn't FF game. But I one-shot this thing as well. Where's my team? Oh shit.
Shut down.
Is the AFK? Oriana's also there. She's also... What is he doing? Defend the base! He's full DC. He's full DC. Now that's so unfortunate. And they're just on the end. I can't believe I'm watching this. It's absolutely surreal for my brain. But my damage is insane. We lose this. GG, well played. Was still a lot of fun. We did everything we could have done. This was a hilarious game. I can't believe the outcome. Isn't it crazy? We won it. We came back. The crit build is in real, like, it's actually scaling really, really well. Like, I do one-shot enemies in the late game. I think we just gotta be very aware of CCs. Like, you saw in the last team fight, I got immediately one-shot. And I could not even play it differently. Because if I don't Q, then they just don't use their abilities, right? And I won't be able to kill him because I need to Q to get it also back up from Navori. I think we need to find ways how we have like fights where we are in the like in skirmishes, like probably like enemies should be maximum 3 on a fight. Like if like imagine Orianna wasn't there in the last fight, I would have won it. I would have killed them all easily. So we need to find ways how we have skirmishes. I think team fights, you can only play it if you're extraordinary patient too. Okay, I'm not gonna play another game. This was at a 100% rate enough for me here. Good luck in your games with the crit build. Check out my Twitch, because on Twitch I will be streaming the crit build also a lot. I will be playing the crit build, the on-hit build, everything you enjoy. Check out the Twitch. It is in the description. I'll probably be live when you're watching this. I hope so for you, for me. And I wish you the best. Have a nice day. Like and subscribe. If you're interested in coaching, just DM me on Discord and check out the course in the description. Good luck in your games, my friends. Take care.